Good morning, Agape. Hey, welcome everybody. So grateful that you're here this morning. All around the world, we're joining together in love. I'm Mary Ann Lewis, Music and Arts Director here at Agape, and it's a pleasure to welcome you. We've got an incredible house band, as always, with Mitch Foreman on keys and John Hart on bass, Josh Glair on our guitar, and Rayford Griffin on those drums. So you know it's good. Hey, Ray Davis is in the house with us. All right, Ray Davis.
All right, let's go.
Let's do this.
Let's sing together.
This is a Jamie Lula song. And you know it, so sing with us.
We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. I am that I am. Oh, I am that I am. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. I am. Oh, I am. Oh, I am that I am. Yes, and I am that I we've been waiting for. We are the love that we see. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we see. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. We are the harvest we reap. We are the harvest we reap.
Good morning, Agape. Welcome to our morning service. We're so grateful that you're here. So grateful that this time, this moment is one that we are sharing together. Thank you so much, Mary Ann and Ray and the Agape House Band. I'm inviting you to give us your attention for a moment. If where you are, you're available, rise up in consciousness or even in your physical body for the reading of the meditative thought. During this month of the spring solstice, we see nature radiating Spirit's energy of renewal. The word renewal comes to us from the Latin renovationem, to restore. Isn't this a description of why we practice affirmative prayer? To restore within ourselves a conscious realization of our oneness with Spirit? The beautiful thing is that we don't have to wait for a particular season to renew our soul's connection to Spirit. It is available to us in the now moment. With each breath that we take. This is written for us to contemplate as we move through the week from our very own Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith. Ray?
Thank you, Reverend Jason. So we're going to take this time right now to enter into another phase of a wonderful service by singing this opening hymn. It's called Use Me. Oh, beautiful. Use me to think God was the sun, God is the sun, but God so much more than the earth or the stars or all of creation. God is creator, all in all, needing us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you. And here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Command my hands, what must they do? Command my life, it's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new. And God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you. And here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do.
Beautiful day, Agape Nation. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Gia Jambati. I want to tell you a little bit about her. It says whether she is singing backgrounds for the likes of Bruce Springsteen, Joe Walsh, or Celine Dion in Europe, Asia, or America, or in the studio singing on a commercial or a Lucinda Williams album, or right here at Agape, she understands that music connects and unifies us at the level of the heart. She's a prolific songwriter and performs in spiritual centers around the Southland. She currently teaches at the LA College of Music as well as private students, and I know that you will enjoy her smoky, soulful voice, bringing her unique resonance to each song. Gia.
A moment of silence between each drop of rain holds all the stillness of a beautiful refrain. A pause with each breath brings new inspiration from the ember that starts a flame in our heart, from the fire of creation. Sisters and brothers, side by side across this land, walking together, yeah, step by step, hand in hand. The wonder flame in our heart, from the fire of creation. Your smile and power, sun. And when you laugh, ooh, I come undone. You can follow and lead on this long journey home. Yeah, unwritten destinies into the unknown. Oh, let's be on our way. Ooh, without hesitation. We'll make a new start with the flame in our heart and the fire of creation. Ooh, we'll make a new start with the flame in our heart and the fire of creation. That's where we're at. Make a new start, the flame in our heart, oh, from the fire of creation. Oh no, ooh, out of fire, hey, come on. I'm from down below. I'm from up above. Don't you know? I'm from the fire. Fire of creation.
Fabulous. Give Gia some love and appreciation in the chat. Thank you so much. Powerful. Magnificent. On piano, we have Mitch Foreman, guitar, Josh Sclair, drums, Rayfred Griffin, bass, John Hart. Give the house band some love and appreciation. Our own Marianne Lewis is in the back there. She's our director of music here at the center. So I just appreciate the music ministry so much. We're always so richly blessed. Thank you so much, everyone. So love and blessings, beautiful, bright, and glorious day. Agape Nation, how grateful I am for each and every one of you that you are tuning in. You've made Agape your place of celebration and worship and absolute joy. I'm Reverend Dr. Coco Stewart. I'm delighted to be here with you this morning to be the hosting minister. Thank you, God, so much. Thank you, Reverend Michael, so much. And Reverend Michael is out and about. He is taking the month of March off. And I say that, and then I'm going to tell you something else right after that. So he's taking the month of March off from speaking here in the pulpit. He works consistently with an open heart on behalf of the Agape community in service and in profound love to fulfill God's vision for the church, for the spiritual center. And he hasn't actually had any time off in the past couple of years due to the times of the pandemic. He felt so called to be here and be in service to his beloved community that he just stayed very present, as he does. And in fact, even as long as I've known him, since these almost 36 years of being Agape, he's actually never even taken a sabbatical. So he's not in the pulpit. He's continuing to work behind the scenes to do filming. He always has projects that he's already committed to. So he stays, of course, in his commitment to that. And we're sending him love and lifting him high and knowing vitality and energy and rejuvenation and regeneration in a very powerful way. That helps all of us, be honest with you. That helps all of us. And as always, when Reverend Michael is not physically here, obviously with us in consciousness. Oh, by the way, we'll hear from him later because he is speaking at the Gaia Immersion Conference in Boulder, Colorado. That's his idea of taking a day off. Did I say that? I did. Okay. Anyway, as always, powerful presence in the pulpit here. We have our own Reverend Suzi Lula, and I know Suzi well. I love her, and I will give her a more formal introduction. Her topic this morning, you will love the power of intention. Keep your eye on the prize, baby. She'll say it her way. I could hear her saying it. So we look forward to this. If you are worshiping with Agape for the first time, if this is your first time with us, we want to give you a blessing. If somehow you came across Agape on YouTube or if somebody recommended, we're just grateful that you're here, and we want to send you a global blessing. We see you in our mind's eye. We hold you in our hearts. If you were here physically, which will be soon, I hope, I would invite you to stand up and receive this blessing. So if you feel comfortable doing it where you are, allow the congregation and the ministers and practitioners to wrap arms of love around you. And what we say to you as we hold our hands out, we say, welcome to Agape. We recognize you. We know who you really are. You are the spiritual image and likeness of God. You are a unique way that love, intelligence, and divine beauty are happening on the planet. You are a one-of-a-kind spiritual genius. How good is that? That's you. So we welcome you. We appreciate you. We thank God for you. Welcome to Agape. Thank you so much for being a part of this community today, right now. Wrap arms of love around yourself, because if you were here, that's what would be happening, that embrace. And just know that's from all of us. Again, Reverend Michael, the ministers, the practitioners, all of us, to you today. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you, house band. We have magnificent Agape licensed spiritual practitioners. You know, they spend years training for this, just to be clear about this. And it takes several years to become licensed here. So that's intense spiritual practice. And then it continually deepens your soul when you are in integrity with this teaching. They're under the direction of Reverend Dr. Kathleen McNamara and Reverend Jason Mitchell. And right now we have a licensed practitioner who's coming forth with a specific assignment. And this is our beloved, our wonderful Willard Williams. He's on staff here, so I work with him constantly, and I'm so grateful to see him doing this right here, right now. He will bring forth the affirmations, the purpose statement, the spiritual reading, and a living evocation of the heart and of the soul. Willard.
Thank you, Reverend Coco. It is so good to be with these people here, and I can say I grew out of the Agape Nation with people like Reverend Kathleen and Reverend Coco, Reverend Joanne. So good morning, Agape. Reverend Michael's theme for this month is intention equals stagnation prevention. And our speaker today is Reverend Suzi Lula. And her topic today is the power of intention. Keep your eyes on the prize, baby. Now, that was my joy to sit before you and meditate with the music provided by Joshua Scare. Today's musical inspiration, you just heard it, Gia Jimbodi. And our interpreter for the day is T.L. Forsberg. Licensed practitioners are currently holding prayer vigil and engaging with you in the comments of this broadcast on Facebook and YouTube. You are invited to share any prayer requests there or contact our prayer ministry directly. And now it's time for our affirmations. I'm going to invite you at the home audience to put down that bowl of Cheerios and stand up. And repeat after me, line by line. My every activity is infused with the eternal presence of divine love.
My every activity is infused with the eternal presence of divine love.
A stream of infinite wisdom flows from the Godhead to my open mind. I am constantly lifted up to higher and higher dimensions of being.
I am constantly lifted up to higher and higher dimensions of being.
The goodness, the grandness, the graciousness of God is mine today.
The goodness, the grandness, the graciousness of God is mine today.
My high conversations draw the best out of everyone I meet. The sweet water of appreciation bathes everything I do. And so it is, and so be it. Amen. You may be seated, please. The Agape purpose statement. Our purpose as an intentional spiritual community is to be a living environment for individuals to realize they are unique emanations of God, the love intelligence governing the universe. We embody an understanding of our oneness with God, and we consciously practice this truth in our everyday lives. Through the new thought, ageless wisdom teaching, and the energy of unconditional love, we are committed to individual transformation and being a beneficial presence on the planet. Simply, we are here for God. Our selective reading is taken from The Technology of Intention by Kim Stanwood Terranova. The following excerpt is from Chapter 9, Conscious Creation, Name It, Claim It, Create It, and we're going to begin from page 125. Staying conscious is the most important job we have right now. I'm not just referring to staying awake in our bodies, although I am pointing to staying conscious in our awakened bodies. We are always responsible for our life experience, and the moment-by-moment choices we make define what those experiences will be. Staying conscious in our choices and the decisions we make is crucial. We are creators with every breath. We are engaging in the creation of our own life experiences. Our choices propel power into motion, and if we are not conscious of what we choose, then we enter the creation by default. The law of cause and effect does not take a day off. The universe is always with us, responding to our thoughts, wishes, and the practices we have in place. It is the divine teacher of responding. Let us be divine students and be willing to stay alert and aware of what we create. So let's turn within. Thank you, Kim. As my prayer partner used to start her prayers off with, my God, I am so grateful for this very moment that we have here. As we stand in the midst of this world, which of when we stand in looking at the world from our eyes, we see what can we do. But when we stand in the world looking at it from a spiritual standpoint, we say we are here and we are a beneficial presence to this earth. And so as a community, we stand for these things. And I'm grateful that there's no such thing as hope is lost, because the answer is us. Knowing that there's the one God, one presence, one power, and we are absolutely surrounded with that presence. It's actually part of us. It's through us. And we're all connected in that. No matter whether we're here in the United States, in the Ukraine, or wherever, we are all connected. And as we lift our vibrations higher, the vibrations of the world lift. This prayer is lifting vibrations as we speak. I'm thankful for this. And so I bless this service. I bless each and every person that's involved with this service. I bless each and every one that's viewing it. I bless the intention that folks have made to be a better person this day. I bless Reverend Michael. I bless Reverend Suzi right now as she prepares to put this intention in our life to use. I bless our ears, our mouth, our throat as we prepare to receive each and everything. It's just thankfulness. And I'm just grateful for that. And let it be. Amen.
So, beloveds, let's join together in affirming the truth of the living one, the truth of ourselves, and the truth of each other in this beautiful chant. God is real. God is magnificent. God is light. God is love. God is real. God is magnificent. God is light. God is love. I am real. I am magnificent. I am light. I am love. I am real. I am magnificent. I am light. I am love. You are real. You are magnificent. You are light. You are love. You are real. You are magnificent. Oh, you are light. You are love. We are real. We are magnificent. We are light. We are love. We are real. We are magnificent. Oh, we are light. We are love. God is real. God is magnificent. God is light. God is love. God is real. God is magnificent. God is light. God is love.
Thank you so much, Ray. So beautiful. And now, as you all know, there's always a lot going on at Agape. It just continues because Spirit, God, is continually evolving more of itself. So Agape does this. I'm going to invite Wayne Bottomley, licensed practitioner, to come forward and highlight some of what's happening at Agape. Wayne.
Thank you, Reverend Coco. Good morning, Agape. How beautiful it is. We're so happy to share this time with you. We have a few highlights of things going on with the Agape community, and we also invite you to visit the Agape website at agapelive.com for more details and additional information. All times listed are Pacific Daylight Savings Time. Register today for the power of prayer. Learn to pray the Agape way. Join us for this 6-week online course featuring a magnificent lineup, including Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith, Akili Beckwith, the Reverends Deborah Johnson, Suzi Lula, Jason Davion Mitchell, Kim Stanwood Terranova, and Victoria Thomas, and anchored weekly by Reverend Carlton Thibaut. You will be guided on the foundation and structure of Agape's unique prayer technology, the 6-step affirmative prayer. Discover and embody your unique prayer voice and learn to pray in an empowering way. Let's see the video.
Peace and blessings. Today I want to talk to you about prayer. It might be something other than what you think it is. Prayer is conscious contact with the power and the presence and the love of God, beauty, intelligence, and all that life really is, without begging or beseeching for it. It is an inner technology of making conscious contact with the very thing you want, but coming to a realization that it's already within you. Prayer is actually the first wireless technology. It allows you to be in an instant connected to the presence and to the gifts that are within you waiting to emerge. Right here, right now. I want you to understand that you can learn this art, this science, and begin to live a powerful, prayerful life in which grace will be your constant companion. And revelation of wholeness will be the order of your day. And the activation of the field of abundance will move through you in such a way that you will feel that all of your needs are met, and it will demonstrate. Prayer is powerful. I want you to live a prayerful life. I pray that you do.
This class begins this coming Tuesday, March 22nd. Visit the university page at agapelive.com to register today. Also today, Teen Agape ages 14 through 19 is meeting online right now, beginning at 11:15. For information and to join, click the Teen Agape banner on the website. Preteens ages 9 through 13 meet at 2 p.m. Children ages 3 through 8 meet at 3:30 p.m. These are on live Zoom. To join and get your Agape Youth Fun Packs, send your email to revleon@agapelive.com. Also today, the Agape Wise Ones invite the 50-plus community to experience Expanding as the Presence at 2 p.m. Zoom with us to view a creative expression showcase, travel shout-out, spoken word, our Get Up and Move time, plus updates on all of our other activities. Click on the TAWO banner at the top of the page on the agapelive.com homepage to register. The Crisis Support Clinic offers Zoom mini counseling sessions every Monday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. To receive details for your first come, first serve complimentary one-on-one session with a licensed practitioner serving those moving through challenges related to finances, relationships, housing, and jobs, email crisissupport@agapelive.com. This is offered to the community at large, so anyone may attend. Odyssey, Agape's young adults ministry for those aged 20 through 35, invites you to join them Friday, March 25th at 7 p.m. Contact Reverend Arlene Hilton at revarlene@agapelive.com for information or for any questions. Monday through Saturday, we look forward to seeing you on Facebook at 8 a.m. for daily prayer and 12 noon for meditation. Go to agapelive.com for details. The Agape Spiritual Community Gathering is in session. Join us every Friday at 5:30 p.m. and connect in community for an enriching, inspiring gathering led by our practitioners and ministers. Email scg@agapelive.com for more information. While not an Agape event, this emanates from Agape. Dr. Troy is a longtime powerful supporter of the community, and she is offering this program to Agape for 20% off, and she will donate 20% of her proceeds back to Agape. Let's look at the video, shall we?
Peace and blessings, my fellow Agapeans. I'm Dr. Troy, founder of Mindology Fitness, a mental fitness program that's comprised of a sprinkling of original healing techniques and a hefty dose of some of the most scientifically successful healing methodologies in the world. If you are someone who's really in love with the healing modalities and you're committed to making an extraordinary difference in the lives of others, I'd like to invite you to consider becoming a Mindology Fitness trainer. As a Mindology Fitness trainer, you will learn how to provide people with the mental tools they need to succeed. I had one woman who had been going to therapy for 5 years in an effort to get over her fiance's suicide. Therapy failed her. She was blocked. And after one Mindology Fitness class, she was able to push through the concerns of her body, clear the conflicts of her mind, and then free herself up to finally communicate with spirit. And it is in that space that she found her peace. Today, she's a Mindology Fitness trainer. To find out if you qualify to become a Mindology Fitness trainer and learn more about our April workshop, please visit mindologyfitness.com. Peace and blessings, my fellow Agapians.
Thank you, Dr. Troy. One more event, also not an Agape event, but this Friday night, March 25th, the Agape International Choir is bringing the soulful sound to the Temple of the Arts for a Shabbat service here at the Saban Theater called Shared Heritage of Freedom. Join us for this beautiful event honoring people of all faiths who stand for peace and freedom for all. Service begins at 8 p.m. Peace and blessings, Agape.
Thank you so much, Wayne. As I said, always something happening here at the center. Let's see. Oh, I see. Okay. So if you're just tuning in, just kind of catching up with us, I just want to let you know that Reverend Dr. Michael, as you may notice, is not here. And he just is speaking at the Gaia Immersion Conference in Boulder, Colorado. Some of you may not know that he has been taking some Sunday time off to rest and rejuvenate and relax. He has been keeping up with other things he had already planned. He's done filming. There's been a couple of other events he had already committed to, so he's been honoring those commitments. And so he's in Colorado, and let's hear from him.
Peace and riches blessings, everyone. Whatever time zone you're in, morning and noon or night, I welcome you to the Agape International Spiritual Center as we're marching forth into intentional living. Today, we have the Reverend Suzi Lula bringing us a powerful message. We have Gia Giambate singing, and we have you listening. For those of you who tuned in to the Way of Meditation service, you had Reverend Coco Stewart. So I'm inviting you in. Open your heart, be available to the message, be available to the music, be available to the community. It's powerful. Also, this Tuesday, please register for the Power of Prayer class. Tuesday evening, 6 o'clock Pacific time. It will change your life. I guarantee it. Have a bright day. See you soon.
Yes, beautiful. Thank you so much, Reverend Michael. I'm not sure I mentioned it in this little, he hasn't taken a sabbatical in 36 years. And the last 2 years, he didn't take time off because he is committed to serving the community. So loving him and lifting him up once again. And before Gia comes forward with our next musical inspiration, I want to give you a more formal introduction of our own Reverend Suzi Lula. She is a graduate of the Michael Bernard Beckwith School of Ministry. She's a longtime member of the community. Like I said earlier, I can remember back, so it's probably longer ago than 25 years, okay? But I do remember that I've known her at least that long. Obviously, she took classes, matriculated through them, became a licensed practitioner, became a minister. She does powerful soulful work on her own consciousness. She is one of Reverend Michael's master teachers. She serves on the Agape Board of Trustees, and her portfolio is Agape University. Oh, and you will be able to catch her as a part of the class that's coming up on Tuesday. She is the best-selling author of The Motherhood Evolution, How Thriving Mothers Raise Thriving Children. If you want to find about more of her work, you can go to www.suzilula.com. And as Spirit revealed to me this morning, God uses her to download its profound compassion and sincerity and integrity of the soul in her life. So, looking forward to her message. Gia, right now we're looking forward to hearing from you.
Good morning. God morning. Good afternoon. I'm not bringing my bucket to an empty well, or reliving those heartbreak stories I keep wanting to tell. I don't want another excuse to feel afraid and weak. Oh, so I'm using my big girl voice to get up and speak. And I'm saying enough is enough is enough. Oh yeah, enough is enough is enough. I don't need to be right, I don't have to be tough. All I want to say is, ooh, this is enough. Got some flaws and I got my gifts and I'm blessed. Oh, and I'm laying them critical voices in my head to rest. 'Cause I'm thankful for the journey here to this moment in time. But I wouldn't go back and redo it for any reason or rhyme. And I'm saying enough, oh, enough is enough. Ooh, enough is enough is enough. 'Cause I don't need to be right, I don't have to be tough. All I want to say is, ooh, this is enough. Come on. One foot in front of the other, smiling with my sisters and brothers. Oh, y'all. The joy we reap is the love we've sown, and the only life we can live is our very own. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, enough is enough is enough. Oh, now enough is enough is enough. And I don't need to be right, I don't have to be tough. All I want to say is, ooh, this is enough. This is enough. Come on, this is enough. Oh, it's enough. You are enough. I'm enough. Woo-hoo-hoo. We are enough. 'Cause this is enough. We need peace. We need soul. We need joy. It's enough. Don't you know? Don't you know it's enough? And this is enough. This is enough. Oh, it's enough. Ooh, yeah.
big girl voice. Yeah, thank you. Are you all already inspired? This is my favorite part. Get ready for it. Are you on the edge of your chair? Here it comes, here it comes. Here it comes. Oh yeah! The best part. Welcome, 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 everyone. I'm sure you're already inspired. Gia, the house band, the music ministry, Marianne Lewis, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome to Agape. Thank you, Reverend Michael, for your almost 36 years, not taking a sabbatical, of creating this intentional community. If you heard in our powerful purpose statement, we are an intentional community. This is what we're speaking about this month, the power of intention and how to keep our eye on the prize, baby. So I want to thank Reverend Kim, Reverend Arlene. If you didn't see the past 2 weeks of powerful talks, please go watch them on the replay. Reverend Kim, Reverend Arlene set such a rich stage for us. And next week, I'm thanking ahead Reverend Jason, who's going to bring it home for us this month of powerful teachings. So thank you for being here. Welcome. Whether it's your first time being here, whether you've been with us for years and years and years, as Reverend Coco was saying, we've known each other for a long time. We are all family here. You are family. And today, I want to introduce you to a member of my family. This is our beautiful, sweet dog, Goody, who's a member of our family for the 12 of the 14 years that he was with us. We were so blessed, so fortunate to have him as part of our family. And Goody made his transition a few weeks ago. At the time that this was occurring, Jamie was out of town. He was actually singing at Reverend Deborah Johnson, also a teacher on the upcoming Power of Prayer course, at her center in Santa Cruz. So I was home alone. I walked out of my office after a long day of seeing clients, and I'm noticing that Goody hasn't even walked, hasn't eaten in a few days. Obviously, he was weak from not having eaten, but I also thought perhaps he was just weak from not having taken his, arthritis medication, because he needs to take that on a full stomach. So I thought, well, maybe that's why he hasn't been walking. Maybe that's why he hasn't been moving. So in that moment, I stopped, as we do. I looked into his eyes and I set a very strong intention, an intention to be deeply connected to what it is that he needs, to be deeply connected to my own intuition, my own higher wisdom, my own highest self, to be deeply in service to whatever it is that Goody needed during this time of uncertainty, the situation and circumstance that didn't exactly know what it was at the time, but what I know is to set an intention, which I did. So he hadn't been walking, he hadn't been eating. Our son Will, who is in college a couple of hours away, he came in to be with us that night, knowing that the next morning we were going to take Goody to the vet, which we did. The vet gave him fluids and took some tests and gave us some options. We could take Goody home with us, or we could leave him there for 4 days in the hospital to run a battery of tests that they could run. And immediately Will and I looked at each other, and we knew that Goody wanted to come home with us. Goody detests the vet, doesn't like the vet, nothing about the vet, even though they're there to assist him, but we knew to bring him home, which we did. So we get him home fully expecting that he's going to get better and better during the day, and as it turns out, he wasn't getting any better. And that night, actually, I thought that Goody was probably going to make his transition that evening. That night, in the middle of the night, I began to experience tremendous self-doubt. These voices of questioning myself. Was I really so connected to what Goody needed? Was I really so connected to my own intuition? Was I really so in tune with myself, with what I thought, with what I was prompted to do? I was questioning this. Have you ever set an intention for yourself and you feel so certain in the moment of intentionality, and then, as if from nowhere, you're doubting that intention? This is what we're speaking about today. This is what we've been speaking about this month. You know, the etymology of the word intention comes from the Latin word meaning to stretch into. Encoded within the intention that you may be setting in your life is encoded the fruition of that intention, which will absolutely surpass anything you could know to ask for. And yet you notice in that etymology the word stretch. What that means is, in order to come into the fruition of that manifested intention, we are going to be required to stretch ourselves. We are going to be given the opportunity to stretch from the comfort of our own consciousness into this manifested intention that when we say yes to it, it lifts us into the fruition of the intention. So what do I mean by that? Perhaps you might remember setting an intention for yourself, maybe at the beginning of this year. Did anyone, if this is true for you, write yes on the chat. Did anyone set an intention in January? If you did, write intention, write yes in the chat box. Anyone set an intention maybe to work out more this year? I know I did. I know it's a popular intention. So you set that intention. And when you're setting the intention, you feel on fire. You feel like, yes, I'm going to kill it this year. I'm getting out of bed. I'm going to, work out. I'm going to have my muscles be strong. I'm going to experience youthing. I'm going to move my body. And what you don't know is that encoded within that intention, the fruition of that intention, when you move your body forward, the universe is going to meet you, and the universe is going to help you move your life forward in ways that you don't even know how to ask for. You work out your body, and the universe works out your life, baby. And there's the small print. What is going to be required of you? What opportunity are you going to get? When you set that intention back in January to start working out, just curious, just wondering the next morning, you set your alarm clock, the alarm goes off. I know for me, suddenly my bed is so comfortable. It's my pillow, so comfortable. I'm tempted. Do I want to just press the snooze button? Oh, I don't really need to go all the way to the gym today. I don't really need to go take that yoga class today. I'm just going to do a few sit-ups and call it a day. Maybe I'm going to start next Monday. Maybe I'm going to start tomorrow. Right? Has this ever happened to you? You set a really strong, clear intention. You're on it, man. You're ready, man. And then a stretch is required of you. So what we're learning is not to be derailed, not to be seduced, not to succumb to the smaller frequencies, the lower frequencies, those temptations to stay in that comfy bed, right? So throughout the week, when I'm moving through our experience with Goody, I'm connecting with the vet. I'm calling the vet's office. I'm seeking, the results for the test, looking for some different medications that maybe he could take. I've actually gone to the vet's office to try to just meet with him in person. He was in the middle of a surgery, and the vet promised me that he would call before he even did his rounds the next morning, first thing the next morning. So Jamie gets back in town, we're hiking the next morning. I'm feeling that intention, I'm feeling that prompting, I'm feeling that calling. Call the vet, even though the vet hasn't called us. I'm feeling the intention, and in the same moment, I start to hear the voice. Oh, you don't want to be a burden. You don't want to be a bother. You don't really want to call again, being that you actually went to the vets last night. You don't want to be a burden. They're busy. They have other animals. Reverend Arlene last week also spoke of a definition of intention, the definition being the healing of wounds. In that moment, I knew my intention was to call that vet. I knew it. I knew it beyond a shadow of a doubt. And that voice, oh, you don't want to be a burden, you don't want to be a bother, that is a long-standing, very familiar voice. I'm very well acquainted with that voice. Maybe you've set an intention. Maybe you have gifts to give and you want to expand your career, and then you hear this voice, well, who do you think you are? Perhaps you've heard that voice that invites you to shrink, that invites you to just stay comfortable in the small little box that you're in. Well, what we're learning is not to succumb to that voice. What we're learning through that definition, healing of wounds, yes, that voice is familiar. Where am I going to place my attention? I'm going to place my attention on the prize, baby, the calling of the vet, the connecting of the vet, the fulfilling of my intention to be of high and holy service to Goody, not to succumb to my small, lower frequencies patterning. I'm being called to rise up. And when I rise up, the fruition of that intention lifts me up with it. So, of course, I call the vet. And then what happens often when you call a vet or you call a doctor? We got placed on hold. Of course we did, but I called. On hold, we start hearing hold music, as often happens. The hold music that we're hearing is the Beatles. I want to hold your hand. I don't know, when's the last time I've heard that song? As soon as I started hearing that song, that is a song that my dad used to sing to me when I was a really little girl. And in the moment of hearing that song, I felt a rush of energy through my body, and I knew that my dad was on the other side letting me know that he was going to be ushering Goody when Goody made his transition. And I had a feeling that Goody would make his transition later on that day. Had I succumbed to the voice, the old patterning, I would have missed that moment of expansion. I would have missed the moment that the universe was responding to me, was gifting me, was lifting me up higher than I even knew to ask for. It was providing me solutions. It was providing me communication. Greater, more expansive than I even knew to ask for. We're learning not to be derailed by the smaller patterning, the old messaging, right? We're rising up. Maybe you've had an intention. Maybe you've had an intention you know inside of you. You're having a calling to eat better. You're having a calling. You feel like I want to be reconnected with the perfection of my body temple. If you've ever had that intention, I'm here to tell you that right there, smack in the middle of your intention to eat better, is a perfect body temple. Perfect health is yours right there in the midst of that intention. You can feel it. You can feel your organs working together well. You can feel yourself youthing. You can feel the radiant, vital, dynamic health. That is your birthright. You can feel yourself lighter. You can feel yourself walking with lightness, enlightened, connected to a power and a presence that's lifting you up with every step you take. And yes, you are going to be required to stretch. There might perhaps be that dessert, and it's calling you, oh so loudly. Perhaps you're just going to reach one more time for that last glass of wine, and then you're going to start eating better tomorrow. Right? And perhaps there has been a long-standing pattern in your life. Perhaps when emotions get too intense, you have a patterning of reaching for food. The power of intention says that encoded within your intention, the part of you that seeks to eat better, encoded right there is your perfect health, is that vitality, is that youthing, is that radiance, is that dynamic energy. Can you feel it? So we need to train ourselves to keep our eye on the prize, baby, right? We have to keep our eye on the perfect health, on the youthing, on the dynamicism, the vitality, the luminosity that is seeking to be expressed as you. This is where we place our attention. We don't allow ourselves to be derailed. So it was that Goody did pass that afternoon. I had the blessing, the fortune, to get to spend most of that week with Goody outside in our backyard doing my client sessions from the phone. This experience of connection with him like I couldn't have even dreamed. That day I had done all of my sessions from outside, and my last session was a Zoom session, so I went into my office to do that Zoom session. And when I got out of that Zoom session, Jamie and I were going into the backyard to check on Goody, and Goody had passed in that hour. So Jamie and I just prayed around him, shared how much we love him, how he enriched our lives, just open-hearted, pouring forth of love, feeling the love, assisting him to usher over to the other side. And Jamie began to text Will, our son. And immediately I'm thinking, no, don't text him. It's a Friday afternoon. Maybe he's in class. We don't want him to get this news through a text. Let's wait until Saturday. Let's wait until Saturday to call him rather than text him. What are we learning, everyone? Are you learning not allowing yourself to be derailed by those little voices? When you really learn and practice a life of intentionality, what you learn is that, yes, there may be these small voices. They may be old patterns. You don't have to deny them. You don't have to pretend they're not there. And yet, we got to keep our eye on the prize, baby. I knew that my intention was to be of high and holy service to Goody, what it was that Goody needed in the moment, that higher intention in the moment. So my mandate is to stretch. My mandate is to rise up in consciousness. So what did we do? Of course, we texted Will. Okay, what are the chances of this? You cannot write this. Will, who, as I said, his school is a couple of hours away, Will texted us back within 30 seconds. Any of you parents out there that text your teenage son, your teenage child, to get a text back within 30 seconds is already a win, right? So we get this text back from Will. Will is 20 minutes away from our house, not 2 hours away. He's at a film equipment house, and he's renting some gear for a film shoot he's doing that weekend. So he texts us right away, of course, I want to come home right now. I want to be with Goody, and I want to get to say goodbye to my dog. So I don't know if Paul has this there. Will got to say a moment, got to have a connection with his dog. That's a collar that he actually knitted when he was little for Goody. He got to have a moment with Goody. He got to have closure. He got to say goodbye. I couldn't orchestrate that. Are you following this here? When you set an intention, there is a universe of activity that is always happening. There is a universal presence of good that is always orchestrating things in your life beyond what you could know to ask for. There is no way I would have even known to ask, have Will be close to our house. And yet, and still, when you are true to your intention will be true to you in ways that are expanded exponentially, in ways that you can't even know are possible. It opens you up to an energy into the way this universe works that is beyond the mind. It allows you to connect to something that so wants the greatest for you, that is so supportive of your life. Encoded in your intention is everything that you need to bring that intention into full fruition. If you are available to it, it will be available to you beyond anything you could know to ask for. So Will was able to come. We had a beautiful time together, wrapping our hearts and our prayers and our love around this beautiful, beautiful being that brought so much love to our home, to our lives. Will and Jamie shared a hug that, again, if you have a teen, this embrace, it must have lasted 2, 3, 4 minutes. To be present, to get to have the opportunity to be present to that expansive space of love from an intention to be of service. Whatever it is that is calling you, whatever sincere intention you have, you are an intentional being. We are an intentional community living in an intentional universe. What intention do you have? What is prompting you? What is calling you right now? I know that for some of you, you have an intention for your spiritual practice, your meditation practice, your prayer practice to become non-negotiable. If you have an intention for your prayer practice to be up-leveled, write in the chat box, intention, prayer practice, meditation practice, non-negotiable, I am willing. Write it, write it, write it. Speak it, claim it. I know that within our community, there are those of you, and a prayer life, a meditation practice is calling you to be non-negotiable in your life. Yes, you're going to be busy. Yes, your kids are going to need breakfast on the table. And yes, that intention is going to lift you up to get yourself to that chair for 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes every day without exception, consistently, constantly. And the fruition of that intention is waiting for you. I'm telling you, there is a love affair of the divine presence that can't wait to meet you, that can't wait to introduce you back to your most worthy self, your highest self, your most essential self, your most authentic self. If any of you right now are seeking to reconnect to the place inside of you that knows that you are enough, like Gia was singing about, you are enough, we are enough. If you're longing to connect to that place inside of you through a meditation practice, the power and the presence of this universe is going to gift that back to you in ways that are going to open your heart, in ways that are going to have you connected. Oh, this is who I've always been. There is an intention calling upon your life. There's a deep, soulful calling upon your life. It might look like being true to your meditation practice. It might look like reconnecting and repairing a relationship with a child or a spouse or someone that you've fallen out with. It might be a calling on your life to give of your gifts like you've never given before. There's a calling on your life, a soulful calling to meet your own destiny, to live out your life in the time that you've been given in a way that matters. I know that's within each one of you because I know that we are each and all intentional beings. You are here, as Reverend Michael often teaches, not by accident. If you're here, there's a calling upon your soul. If you're here, there's a calling upon your life. Will you keep your eyes on that prize? Will you keep looking in an undistracted way at the calling upon your life? Be obedient to the calling upon your soul. So write in the chat box any intention. It may seem small to you, but let me tell you, in that seemingly small intention that I said to be in service to our pet, things happened beyond anything I could have known to ask for. So we have this moment with Goody. The next morning, I'm full on grieving. I'm not going to lie. I woke up. If there was ever a morning in my life that I did not want to get out of bed, it was that next morning, and I'm kind of thinking if there was ever a moment or a day that I could have pulled that, stay in bed card free, that would have been the moment. I wanted to pull the covers over my eyes for a month, right? But what do I know? I know Jamie and I have an intention. We hike every Saturday morning. What did I know? I knew that those voices would say, stay in bed. What do I know? I know to be true to my intention. So I got out of bed, put on my shoes. True story, Jamie and I just go into the park. We first turn into the park, and what do we see? We see a woman who's on a phone crying, just like I felt. And she's walking a dog that looked so much like Goody. It could have been Goody's look-alike. Jamie and I looked at each other in an instant. What are the chances of this? And not 500 feet later, coming towards us is a little girl, 10, 11 years old, on a bike. She's wearing a white T-shirt. On that white T-shirt is a big square, and on it, it says, The Beatles, with all of their faces on this T-shirt. So we know that we were true to the intention, and the intention, the universe is communicating back to us. We're certain Goody and my dad are sharing with us that he's okay. I would have missed that if I was in bed. What are you missing? What are you not willing to miss anymore? There's no dessert, there's no glass of wine, there's no 20-minute extra sleep, there's no pulling the cover over your head that can even compare to the brilliance, the magnificence of the intentions that are seeking to be birthed from within you right now in your life. Just get in touch with any intention that's calling you right now. Set your intention to be true to that intention. This is why Jesus the Christ could look at a lame man and say, "Take up thy bed and walk." Why? Because Jesus the Christ had practiced, it is his practice, it is his consciousness to live in the stretch, to live in fruition consciousness, to live in the all things possible. He saw beyond the situations and circumstances. He could say, "Take up thy bed and walk." He wasn't seduced by the circumstances. Martin Luther King lived in a time of intense violence, intense, deep-seated racism that is still here today. Was Martin Luther King seduced? What if he had been seduced by the conditions around him that are oh so seductive? The Ukraine, Russia, Somalia. There's always something seeking to seduce us that seems oh so real. What would have happened if Martin Luther King had been seduced into the conditions around him? Oh no, that is not where Martin Luther King lived. He lived in the fruition of the intention. He had a dream. And he spoke that dream in the midst of those situations and circumstances. And not only was he lifted up, but he is lifting up generations of us now that have a language of nonviolent communication. I know in my life I can no longer be quiet. I must speak up and I must speak out. This is his contribution because he lived in the stretch of the intention. It's why Nelson Mandela could live 27 years in a cell and still come out beyond the conditions with an open heart of forgiveness for an entire group and community and nation. There's an Elie Wiesel, there's a Viktor Frankl consciousness within each one of you. There's a consciousness of liberation. There's a consciousness of empowerment. There's a consciousness of power that is no longer going to succumb to the external voices, to the past voices, to the lower frequency voices. There is an intentionality. There's a prosperity, an abundance, a clarity, a wisdom, a dynamic youthing, a dynamic, radiant, vital health. It's calling you. There's an intention upon your life. There's an intention upon your soul, and it's calling you. Will you answer that call? Will you keep your eyes on the prize, baby? Yes? Write it in the chat. Eye on the prize, eye on the prize, 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 prize. Where will you hold your attention? Where will you keep your attention? Will you be true? You know, Reverend Arlene does, I'm keeping true. Be true to your intention, right? True, 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 true. Prize, 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 prize. Yes, 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 yes. This will enliven you. This will expand you. This is where we want to live, right? Be true to your intention. So a week to the day after Goody passes, I'm seeing clients. I'm in my office. I'm on the phone with clients. I look over, and our other dog, Zoe, who we've had for 8 years, is in her bed, and she has her paws crossed. Now, I have to tell you that might not seem very special to any of you, but in the 8 years that we've had Zoe, and in the 8 years and the thousands of photos that I have of Goody, I have never seen Zoe's paws crossed. And in the 12 years that we've had Goody and the thousands of photos I have of Goody, I have rarely not seen Goody's paws crossed. I think Paul has a photo here. I looked over, I saw Zoe. This is what I saw. If there was ever any doubt in any of your minds that encoded within you, encoded within your intention, is a universe that loves you so much, that is operating so far beyond anything you could even articulate. It's a stretching of your mind, a stretching of your heart, and it's here to support you in ways that you can't even know to ask for. So I ask you, are you willing? Are you willing to be true to the intention upon your heart today? Are you willing to live an intentional life? Are you willing to be in touch with the soulful intention that is calling you today? Yes, yes, yes. And the most important question, are you willing to keep your eye on the prize, baby? Oh, yeah. Let's sing. Let's pray. So as we move into prayer, this is what we do. We pray. We're a prayerful and intentional community. If you want to really taste prayer, if you want prayer to really taste you, if you want to live an intentional life, if you want to live a prayerful life, let's start by praying for others. So I ask you, please lend your open heart to those in our community that we want to wrap our hearts around in this moment. How grateful I am to turn within. How grateful I am to touch that place within my own heart that knows so deeply that there is a power and a presence, and it is love. It's love, one love, one love, one love, one love, only love, always love, everywhere love. Love is right here. Love is right now. Love is speaking itself through this prayer. Love is right where any of you are that are watching or listening. Love is right where you are in the Ukraine. Love is right where you are in Russia. Love is right where you are in Somalia, Venezuela, South America, North America, Canada, China, South Africa. Love is everywhere. Love is everywhere. We will not succumb to anything that is a lower frequency. We are lifted up, and we allow ourselves to be lifted up by the power and the presence of this loving energy, of this benevolent universe. I know this loving presence to be my life. I know it to be my nature. I know it to be the life of each one of us, every single one of us, the life of love you are. I know it to be the life of this service, this prayer. This is a prayerful, loving community that we call Agape. How grateful I am to know this, and how grateful I am to open my own heart to hold these individuals in our collective hearts. Judy Jackson, for her husband Manny Gomez, we hold them in our hearts. Juan Thompson, we hold him in our heart. Terry Clark, beloved Terry Clark, we hold her. We hold Jolene Ashker in our hearts. We hold Denise Velazquez for Kathleen Correga in our collective hearts, in our individual hearts. Our beloved, my friend, Reverend Cynthia James, we hold her in our hearts for Tanya. We hold Marcel for Stefani Victor. We also hold my friend Mark Harrigian. We hold Joy Moody. We hold Chelsea Scott, his family. May Mark Harrigian know just how deeply loved he is. We hold Bobby DeLucia for his son Dominique. We hold all of these individuals in prayer. And as your heart is so open, and I thank you for holding these individuals in your hearts, I want you to listen to the words of this song. I want you to let these lyrics just wash over you so that you may answer the intention upon your soul.
You will notice me. I'll be leaving my mark like initials carved in an old oak tree. You wait and see. Maybe I'll write like Twain wrote. Maybe I'll paint like Van Gogh. Cure the common cold. I don't know, but I'm ready to start. 'Cause I know in my heart I wanna do something that matters. Say something different, something that sets the whole world on its ear. I wanna do something better with with the time I've been given, and I want to try to touch a few hearts in this life and leave nothing less than something that says I was here. I will prove you wrong. Prove you wrong. If you think I'm all talk, you're in for a shock, 'cause this dream's too strong, and before too long, maybe I'll compose symphonies. Maybe I'll fight for world peace, 'cause I know it's my destiny to leave more than a trace of myself in this place. I want to do something that matters, say something different, something that sets the whole world on its ear. I want to do something better with the time I've been given, and I want to try to touch a few hearts in this life and leave nothing less than something that says I was here.
There's a calling upon your heart. There's something compelling you. There's something that wants you to know you're here for a reason. Using the time that you've been given to be a resounding yes for the intention and the calling of your soul. So as you are deeply connected with the intention upon your life, we hold these individuals in our heart, these individuals and their families who have made their transition. We hold Darren Dean and family for Edna Stewart in our hearts, in our prayers. Our beautiful, beautiful Agape staff member, our friend Jennifer O'Neill, for her dog Harry. And we hold our beloved John Barnes, longtime Agape family member. John Barnes, giant icon in the music industry. We hold John Barnes and his family in our hearts and in our prayers today. We hold Kristen, we hold John Jr., we hold Darius in our hearts this day. We hold his nephew Daryl Hawkins in our prayer today, in our hearts today. For any one of you who knows John Barnes, the giant, generous spirit that John Barnes is, and as I said, an icon in the music industry, a friend of Agape's and a friend of musicians everywhere. John Barnes, a native of Watts neighborhood in Los Angeles, California, recorded and performed with the world's most beloved artists, including Michael Jackson, Celine Dion, Lionel Richie, Bette Midler, Toni Braxton, Diana Ross, Julio Iglesias. Notable production credits include Michael Jackson's third multi-platinum solo album, Bad, both Janet Jackson and Whitney Houston's solo debut albums, and We Are the World. His work began at Motown in the 70s, where he eventually was hired to play for what would become Marvin Gaye's classic album, I Want You. John Barnes, beautiful, generous spirit that he is, has produced and collaborated in various events with multiple faith groups, including the Agape International Center, right here, longtime friend of Reverend Michaels of ours, Spiritual Realization Fellowship, and the Centers for Spiritual Living. We hold John in our hearts and in our prayers, his family in our hearts and in our prayers, knowing that he just knows how very loved he is. Yes. We hold all those in our prayers who have made their transition. Trish Waddell, we're holding her and her family in our prayers. This is what we do at Agape. So how deeply grateful I am for every individual who has lended their heart, lended their prayer to wrap these individuals in our hearts and prayers. How deeply grateful I am for the yes that each one is rising up into right now to fulfill the calling of your own heart, to fulfill the calling of your own soul, to fulfill the intention that is upon your life. I am deeply grateful. I know that it is done. And so it is. Amen and amen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So much love, Agape family. I want to say a special thank you to Ray Davis and Marianne Lewis. I want you to know something about your Agape family. I texted Marianne a week ago and asked her, does she know the song I Was Here, because it just felt so fitting for this talk and this month, this theme. And she said she didn't really know it. She's you guys have probably heard the choir rendition of the song. So I said, no problem, and I forget all about it. I called Marianne yesterday for something completely different. And who was at Marianne's house but Ray Davis, and what are they doing but learning this song to fulfill that intention, to fulfill that request. And I just wanted everyone to know that these are the stellar, generous beings. This is our music ministry. We thank our house band, Gia. We thank you so deeply. This is the character and the being when you are part of this Agape family. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Now we're changing gears. Well, we're not really changing gears. We're moving into a different intention, the intention that will stretch us into our givingness, right? It's actually the best part of the service. We get to give. So if there's anything that you received from this beautiful music, I know that no one didn't feel this music. Whatever it is that you might have received, just get in touch with it. Maybe you're a little bit more on fire. Maybe you're going to be true to your intentions like you've never been true to them before. So this is the time in our service where we consciously give. We become a conscious giver, a financial tither. And as we stretch, perhaps there is a stretch calling you. I know I have stretched much in my life around finance. And what I've learned is that every time I stretch financially, it comes back to me in ways that I haven't even known to ask for. So as Reverend Michael often says, we live to give. We give to live until we live to give. You become part of a divine circulation. You become a receptor of good like you've never experienced before. So I invite you, become still. Listen to a way that you might be called to financially give today, and then stretch a little bit or a lot.
Thank you, Reverend Suzi. We're going to give her some love and appreciation in the chat. Thank you so much. Beautiful, beautiful, rich blessings. And I'm just going to tell you the ways that you can give. And so thank you so much again. I invite you to, just as Suzi led us off, to be in a feeling tone of profound gratitude, grateful for all that is poured forth through the message, through the music, for anything Agape has poured out as a blessing in your world and in your life. And these are the ways you can give. If you're on our website, of course you know, you're on a safe, secure website, and you can push the donate button. And if you are on our Facebook Live page or Dr. Michael's Facebook Live page, you can also, there should be a way for you to find the donate button there and track that. If you're on YouTube, Reverend Michael has been saying that we're setting up a donate button there, but if not, just go to our website, agapelive.com, agapelive.com. Go to the top when it says donate, follow that. You can donate that way. You can text to donate, text GIVE to 424-321-6243. Your phone will lead you through the prompts. And what I like about that is you can make it a one-time thing, or you can set it up so you're giving on a regular basis. Of course, you can always mail it in. I'm looking for our address here. It comes up on the screen. Agape International Spiritual Center. Let's see. 8549 Wilshire Boulevard, Suite 1156, Beverly Hills, 90211. So keep in mind that this is a way that you activate and articulate the forward motion of the Agape vision, of which you are an active part. You can never outgive God. So allow your money to go out and make a real, true difference on the planet in a powerful and sustaining way. So just begin to prepare your tithes, your gifts, your donations. Thank you so much. We're going to move into a chant. I want to bless Trish Waddell and give thanks that she is still, we're holding her in prayer for the passing of her nephew. So I just wanted to mention that. Let's have our chant.
Yeah. He always thought he was an average man, average face and average hands, average feet set square on the middle tag. Yeah. Satisfied with his mild success, as much as any average man could expect, until the day he was beset by his greatest fear. It all started with a feeling so intense that time and space stood still. He said, what if I was born for greatness? What if I am really more than I think I am? What if mediocrity was filling the stars for me, and miracles and wonders was the plan for this average man? Yeah, for this average man. Oh, yeah. Said all his life, he said he found the nerve to stretch and reach beyond the bell curve, but never did for fear of drawn back an empty hand. He said, what's an average man to do with so little time and all these things to think through? Maybe I should just stick to what I understand. Maybe. Oh, but he couldn't shake that feeling, no. A feeling so immense it filled the whole blue sky. He said, what if I was born for greatness? What if I am really more than I think I am? What if mediocrity was never in the stars for me, and miracles and wonders was the plan for the average man? Oh, for the average man, yeah. Come on. Oh, but he couldn't shake that feeling, no. A feeling so intense it ought to blow his mind. He said, what if I was born for greatness? What if I am really more than I think I am? What if mediocrity was delivering the stars for me, and miracles and wonders was the plan for this average man? Yeah, for this average man.
Ah, so beautiful. So I invite you to join me in consciousness as you have prepared your gifts, your tithes, your offerings, your donations as a way to continue to fund and fuel the vision for your soul, for the soul of Agape, for the soul of the world community. You know, we're not backed by a corporation, the corporation of God. It's us, it's within us, it's as us. So thank you so much for your active participation. And again, funding and fueling with the fire of loving intention. Join with me in prayer. So once again, in a unified state of consciousness, giving thanks for each one, giving thanks for the giving and the receiving, for the beings who give. You can never outgive God. And through the willingness and the joy of heart and the soul of the infinite that seeks with profound joy to give of itself, I bless the giver, that it is pressed down and running over. I bless the receiver. I bless that it moves through Agape and goes out upon itself and becomes programs, events, staff, facilities, everything necessary to fulfill the vision. This is the way God works on behalf of itself, using each and every one of us to fuel the vision with love. So in gratitude, I bless the offering. I know it is done, and I let it be. Amen. Amen, Agape. Much love to you. I know you enjoyed the fabulous music and Reverend Suzi's fantastic message. So we're going to have a closing chant, and then you can give Reverend Suzi more love and appreciation in the chat, and she'll come out and do the benediction. Happy, joyous, abundant Sunday to you.
Oh, this has been a blessed, wonderful, wonderful Sunday. So grateful to be here, grateful that you've been with us. Let's finish our time this day by singing Blessed Always.
Thank you, Ray.
Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say Amen. Blessed always, blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say Amen. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say
So, beloved Agape family, let us start with the end. Let us start with Amen. Om. Let us start together in collective consciousness here. How deeply grateful I am for each one of you for being here in our collective family, collective community that we call the Agape International Spiritual Center. I am so grateful to be connected to this high vibration of pure, perfect love that speaks to each one of us, setting us on fire to say yes to that intentional life that is calling us. And as we say yes, as we leave here more on fire, as we leave here with our eyes on the intentional prize of saying yes to the intentional life that is calling each one of us, let us spiral out and be a beneficial presence, knowing profound peace for our precious planet Earth, for everywhere on planet Earth, Somalia, Russia, Ukraine, anywhere, everywhere. Let us see peace breaking out, peace breaking free as we each and all say yes to the calling upon our heart, our life, our soul this day. Let us go out, be a beneficial presence, and spread it everywhere. How grateful I am. I release this word, allowing it to be, and so it is. Amen, amen, and amen. Blessings, blessing, blessing our beloved Agape community. Much love, everyone. Much love. Watch the replays. You know, if you haven't signed up for the Power Prayer class, I mean, there's always something to do, even though service is over. Take it away, musicians.
All right. Hey. was an average man, average face, average hand, average feet, set square on the middle, yeah, yeah. Satisfied with his mild success, much as any average man could expect, until the day he was beset by his greatest fear. Yeah. It all started with a feeling so intense that time and space stood still. He said, what if I was born for greatness?
What if I
What if I am really more than I think I am? What if mediocrity was never in the stars for me, and miracles and wonders was the plan? Oh, the average man, a woman man, a baby boy, a baby girl, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, come on, Josh. Give us something.
Come on, Mitch, come on, Mitch. Let's have a little big pocket. Come on, John.
Yeah. Woo. Hey.
Hey, can the drummer get some? Can the drummer get some? Come on. Hit the chorus. What if I was born for greatness? What if I am really more than I think I am? What if mediocrity was never in the stars for me, and miracles and wonders was the plan for the average man? I want man, oh baby girl, baby boy, where you be? It's for ye. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Come on, sing na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. One more. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Hey. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Woo! That's Ray Davis. Incredible original song. Yes. Thank you, beautiful house band, Mitch Foreman, John Hart, Josh Clare, Butterbeats over there, Rayford Griffin, Gia Gimbati today. Woo, woo, woo! You got to check her out. Soulful, so good. Thank you, everyone on sound, Ted Blaisdell, Kiana, Paul Bielenberg, and the media team, everyone. We just love you all so much. Love to Reverend Michael right where he is. We love you and this entire community. Blessings and have a beautiful week.
Thank you, Marianne Lewis.
Hey, all
To
right.
Marianne Lewis. Yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.